sharing this. I hope that you have your grammar copybook with you. Okay. I don't know if you have studied before the active and the passive voice. Have you or not? Have you studied the active or passive voice before?
So I probably did, but honestly, I just don't remember.
You don't remember. And you don't remember what the difference even. Or I mean, can you just...
I can tell the difference. I can tell the difference by the meanings of the word.
Can you give me one sentence in active and then turn it into passive?
Probably not, miss, honestly.
Okay. I can do something. Here I make that's good. Okay. I write here two sentences. The first one supposed not to be capital. Okay. I know that's written in uppercase, but it's okay, and try to manage yourself. And the other sentence is the money was stolen. Here they are. I have two sentences. The first one is I ate a piece of cake, and the second one, the money was stolen. In the first one, I ate a piece of chocolate cake. Where is the subject here?
The chocolate cake.
The subject. The subject. The one who the doer of the action. Who did the action here, Yasin? Sorry. I ate a piece of chocolate cake. Who did the action? Who made the action? I, the subject here, the subject. I am the one who ate the piece of cake. So I here is the subject of the sentence. And ate is the action, the verb. And a piece of chocolate cake, all this phrase is the object of the sentence. Because I call I the doer of the action, and I call a piece of chocolate cake the recipient. The object here is the one who is receiving the action. Let's talk about the second one. The money was stolen. The money was stolen. Can you tell me where is the doer of the action? Yasin, it's only you and me, so you have to answer me.
Can you repeat the question? I was switching my internet.
Some people have joined now, so can you please participate and answer me? I was asked about the money was stolen. The money was stolen. Here in the first one, I here is the subject and the doer of the action. I here is the pronoun who did the action. What action? Ate. Now let's go to the second one. The money was stolen. Where is the doer of the action?
Stolen?
Do you understand my question, Yasin? Who is the doer? The doer, the one who did the action.
Oh, it's unknown.
Unknown, excellent. Thank you very much. Yes, it's unknown. Where is the recipient of the action? The thing that received the action. It was stolen. What was stolen? Thank you very much. The money. The money. Right. Do you think that I can transfer this sentence and make it a direct one?
Yes.
Mentioning the doer of the action?
Yes.
Okay, do it. Others, please. Others, please, can you please participate? Now it was at the beginning only Yasin. Now I have a lot of people here now. So can you please answer with me? The money
the robber stole the money.
Yeah, that's right, excellent. The robber stole the money, or the thief stole the money. This sentence is a direct one. This is what our lesson is about. The passive and the active sentence. The passive and the active sentence. The first one, this is an active sentence. Why is it active? Because the doer is the subject, and the object is the recipient, the one who's receiving the action. While here, the money was stolen by the thief or by the robber. The money here is the subject in this sentence, but it's the recipient. It is the thing that's receiving the action. And the thief, which is not mentioned here, the thief or the robber, he is the object, but he's the doer of the action. He's the one who did the action. Maybe you will understand it more when I just, yes, here it is. So we're going to study about the active and the passive voice, how to use them, how to perform them, and transfer the active to passive or the passive to active. Okay, first, the difference between them and between the active and the passive. And when and how we should use them. Okay, what is the objective of this session? By the end of the session, we're supposed to know how each voice works in the English grammar and when to use the two voices. This is in this session, and inshallah in the next, the part 2, we are going to study the rest, how to change the sentence from passive to active, because this will take a lot of time. And of course, in both cases, you are going to have like a small quiz at the end of the session. Right. What is the active voice? In the active voice, as I told you, the subject of the sentence is the doer, is the one that performs the action on the object. In other words, the subject does the action and the object receives the action. So the sentences goes like this. It starts by the subject, he is the doer, the one who did the action, followed by the verb according to its tense, and then the object, which is the recipient, the thing that received the action. Right. This is an example of active voice. The dog ate my homework. The dog ate my homework. Now I have the Ali. 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 Okay. Lu'ay.
Yes.
Yes, Lu'ay. The dog ate my homework. Can you tell me where is the subject here? Or the doer of the action?
Dog.
Excellent. And the verb? The verb?
Ate.
Ate. Do you know in which tense is ate?
What?
In which tense is this verb? The tense. Is it in the present, the past, present continuous, past continuous, future?
Past.
Excellent. It's in the past simple. And where is the object or the recipient? The thing that received the action?
My homework.
Excellent, great. This is a direct sentence. It's an active voice. Because why? Because the subject is the doer and the object is the recipient. Please take care of the word doer and the recipient, because in the passive they are going to change. We are going to look for the doer and the recipient, but every one of them is in a different position. So my concern here, who is the doer? The dog. Who is the recipient? The homework. The doer here in which position is in the subject? The recipient in which position is in the object? Okay. Another yes, this is the exactly what I said. Dog is the subject, ate is the verb, and my homework is the object or the recipient. Another one. She is writing an essay. She is writing an essay. Noor Hisham. Noor.
Yes.
Where is the subject?
She.
She is the doer of the action?
Yes, she's writing an essay.
Yeah, that's right. Excellent. So she here is the subject, and meanwhile she's the doer of the action. Okay, you Anna, where is the verb? Yuanna, where's the verb?
Is writing.
Is writing. Excellent. This is the verb or the action. Do you know in which tense is it?
Present continuous.
Excellent. Great job. Excellent. And Muhammad Goma,
نعم miss.
where is the object?
Object and easy.
And essay. The essay. They say the object type. If they say the recipient of the action, if they say the one who's receiving the action itself,
What miss?
if they say the recipient of the action, I mean say here the object, and is it the recipient of the action, the thing that receiving the action of writing?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Excellent. Excellent. So again, she here is the subject and she is the doer.
Is
Say
writing verb.
say is the object and the recipient of the action itself. Fine. In what voice is that? It's an active voice. Active voice. The normal voice that you use in all your writing or your speaking even. Okay, look at this one. He sings. He sings. What do you think, Hannah? Hannah.
Yes, miss.
Yes. Where is the subject here?
He.
He is the doer of the action?
Yes.
Okay, that's right. So this is the subject and the doer. And what about the verb or the action?
Sings.
Things. Do you know in which tense is it? Present simple. It's in the present simple. Where is the object then? Where the recipient?
There is no object.
Yes, excellent. There is no object. That's right. There is no object. But still we have a complete sentence. As long as he is the subject and the doer of the action, he is the subject and the doer of the action, the same thing, the same one who did the action, which is singing, we still have here an active voice sentence. So I have a conclusion here. If the subject is the doer of the action and can I just use my laser? Is he is the subject and the doer of the action, and in the other sentence if we have an object and they are the recipient of the action, so this is an active voice. This means in the passive there will be a change. Yes, of course there will be a change. In where who is the doer and who is the recipient. So now the subject in the active should be, the subject should be in the active voice, the doer of the action should be in which position? The doer should be in which position? Guys, I'm not talking to the screen. This would be the doer.
So what do you mean by which position?
Which one? Doer?
Yes.
The doer, I mean the one who did the action by himself.
Miss, I mean you're asking which position should it be in.
No, I mean it will be the subject, in the subject position. The doer supposed to be in the subject position. The doer supposed to be in the subject position. I need you to connect this well, because in the passive the rule of the doer or the position of the doer will change. Just I'm reminding you. The doer is the subject. The doer is the subject in the active voice, and the recipient is the object in the active voice. Let's move to the next one. What is the passive voice? The passive voice, it's opposite to the active voice. The subject received the action this time. Do you remember in the active one who was receiving the object? Now here the subject received the action, and the object got the action. That's why I told you the role of the subject and object, they are going to change. So the sentence in the passive voice will start by a subject normally, but this subject is supposed to be the recipient in the original one, followed by verb to be form whether it is am, is, are, or was or were, followed by past participle, the third form of the verb, and an object. This object is the doer in the original one. Miss, I'm confused and I'm lost and I don't understand. No, don't say that. You are a good boy. Before I move to give you the sentence, you have to know that this object sometimes be preceded by the word by. So we have, as I told you, the verb here is verb to be. It will precede the past participle. This verb to be could be is or are if it is in the present, or was or were if it was in the past, followed by the third form of the verb if like past participle. Give me a sentence. Sure. The ice cream was bought by the little girl. The ice cream was bought by the little girl. Let me ask Mahmoud Isam. Mahmoud Isam.
Yes.
Yes. The ice cream was bought by the little girl. In this sentence, where is the subject?
The little girl.
I asked the question again. Where is the subject?
Yes, the ice cream.
I'm not asking about the doer. I'm asking about the subject. Excellent.
Oh.
Ice cream is the subject. And where the verb?
Was bought.
Yes, excellent. And what about the little girl? It will be the object. But who's the doer in this sentence? Who's the doer of the action?
The little girl.
Excellent. That's what I meant. Here, where the doer? The doer is here. Oh my gosh. The object? Yes. And who's receiving the action? Mahmoud, I'm still with you. Who is receiving the action?
Subject.
It's the ice cream. So this is the recipient. I'm writing very slowly. Anyway, so now, as I told you, in the passive voice, the role of the doer and the recipient change. In the active, the doer was the subject and the recipient was the object. In the passive, the doer is the object and the recipient is the subject. And how can the recipient be the subject? This is indirect. This sentence is passive voice. It's not direct one. It's not active one. So it has a special form. Why I'm using this? Why I'm using this passive voice? This is what we're going to know later. But again, in the passive, the doer is the object and the recipient is the subject of the sentence. Another example. Our tests were graded by the teacher. Our test was graded by the teacher. Omar Ashraf, are you there? Omar Ashraf? Wamid, our tests were graded by the teacher. Wamid? Right. Zainab? By the way, I have a change at the time. Make it, yes, in the middle of the day to give you a chance to wake up in order to participate with me, not to stay asleep. It's supposed to be 9 o'clock, but I said no, let's make it 12. Zainab, are you there?
Oh, yes, miss.
Okay. In this sentence, our tests were graded by the teacher. Where is the subject? The subject of this sentence. Again?
The teacher.
How?
Our test.
Yes, our test. Our test here. I know sometimes it's confused a little bit, but just if you concentrate on the form of the sentence, it will make you understand why we said that our test is the subject. And where the verb? Where the verb?
We're graded.
We're graded. And what about the teacher?
The teacher
will be the object.
verb object.
The teacher of the object. Now the question for you is Zainab again. Where is the doer of the action in this sentence?
Is the sound discussed any?
The doer, the one who did the action. Where? Who? Who did the action? Who graded the test? Anyone can answer. Who's the doer of the action?
Miss, can I say it?
Yes, sure, say it.
Teacher.
The teacher.
The teacher. So the teacher here is the doer. And who is receiving the action of grading?
Our test.
What?
That's right, the recipient. The recipient is the, yes, the recipient is our test. What form? When the sentence, the doer is the object and the recipient is the subject, we call this passive voice. We call this passive voice. A question, can I turn this passive voice into active? Can we turn it into active voice? How, Miss? What we mean I turn to active voice? Can you make the doer is the subject of the sentence and the recipient is the object of the sentence? Who can do it? It's easy.
Can I do it?
Yes, do it, sure.
We guy and it will be the teacher graded our tests.
Excellent, that's it. The teacher graded our tests. The teacher graded our tests. This is an active voice. Why is active voice? Because the doer is the subject and the recipient is the object. I turned them into their Zainab, but I think that means that maybe you have a problem with your internet, Zainab, because the other are hearing me. But can I go back to the previous page? This one, the ice cream was bought by the little girl. This is the passive voice. How do I know? Because the object is the doer of the action and the subject is the recipient. Now, can I turn it into active voice? This means that I will start by the doer, the little girl. Who can do it? Who can do it? Ahmed Sameh, Ahmed Bahir, Adam Bahir. Ahmed or Adam? Anyone answer?
Yes.
Yes, Ahmed, yes. Can you change this sentence into active?
The ice cream was bought by the little girl.
Huh?
The ice cream was bought by the little girl.
Yeah, this is the passive one. It turned into active. It starts by the little girl. Is it difficult? How can you say the sentence? The little girl, huh? What did she do?
I don't know.
Well, لا أحمد, what you don't know? It's very easy. It's very easy. What did the girl do? What did she do?
Bought ice cream.
Yeah, really, do you know? Huh? Are you surprised? The little girl bought the ice cream. That's it. The little girl bought the ice cream. This is an active one.
Okay.
Negative. You are so negative. Just give up quickly. Sometimes you will find the passive voice used without an object. How? Like this, the tea were poured. Where is the subject here? Where is the subject here?
The tea.
The tea. And where the verb?
My point.
Do I have an object?
No.
This means that I don't have the doer of the action. In this passive one, I don't have the doer of the action. I don't know who poured the tea. I don't know who poured it. So, can I turn it into, yeah, this is the subject and this is the verb. Can I turn it into active only in one case? When the sentence There's no object performing the action of pouring, so because you don't know who poured it. Only one case in order to turn it into an active one. To do what? To just insert an object. Insert an object here by adding the word by and followed by a noun. So you say the tea was poured by my grandmother. There is a mistake here, wallah. I said so. It's supposed here to be was, not where. Sorry for this. Okay. The tea was poured by my grandmother. Here I can turn this sentence into an active. How can you, Anna, can you do it? Can you turn this sentence into an active sentence? This passive voice to active voice?
Which sentence?
This one in yellow.
Okay. My grandmother poured the tea.
Excellent. My grandmother poured the tea. Now I can turn it into active because I have the doer, so I can start my active sentence with it. Right. Is it clear for you so far? Is it clear for you? The difference between the active and the passive? Type. When do I use the both of them? Generally, in your all types of writing or your speech, it is supposed to use the active voice. To use the active voice. Why? Because the active voice is more clearer and it will be easier for your reader or listener to understand you. It will not be confusing. Why the passive voice is a little bit or confusing for the listeners, because you have to concentrate whom are you speaking about. Type. So it's better to use the active voice all the time, but only in some few cases you need to use the passive voice. Number one, if you want to emphasize the recipient of the action, I mean if the recipient of the action or the one who's receiving the action is more important for you, like the ice cream. The ice cream was bought. Now the ice cream is more important for me than the girl itself, the little girl. So I wanted to start the sentence with it. Or if you want to emphasize the action itself, your main concern is the action, which is the buying the ice cream. The third thing, if you don't know who or what's been forming the action, suppose that you don't know who did the action, who poured the tea, who bought the ice cream. So in this case, you cannot make it an active. You have to make it passive. You have to make it like when you come and you find that the board was turned off. The board in the class was turned off. So you don't know who did the action. So you will say what? The board was turned off. The board was turned off. This means that someone turned it off, but I don't know whom. And the last one is exactly like the first one. The doer of the action is irrelevant or unimportant. You don't care about the doer of the action, but you care about the recipient, the one who received the action. Those are the cases where you can use the passive voice. I will stop here, and I'll go with you in some quick online quiz. Yes, here you need only to do what? Okay, great, we have enough time. You need to just identify whether this sentence is active or passive. Are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, let's
Miss,
take,
yes, بس
yes, let's
ممكن حضرتك
محمد.
ميس هو حضرتك هتنزلي
No
السيشن دي
Arabic.
على
No Arabic.
You will upload this session on YouTube, yes?
Yes, sure, of course. But just you have to answer, participate with me, please. Can you answer the first one?
Okay.
Do you know what you're supposed to do? You have to choose whether this sentence is active or passive.
I ate piece of chocolate cake. A chocolate cake. Active?
Okay, thank you. Excellent. Adam Beher.
Yes,
Yes, number 2.
the librarian reads the book to the students. Active.
Active. Thank you. Ali Usama. Ali Usama. طيب أحمد سامح number 3. Ahmed Sameh, number 3.
Yes, يا ميس هنا اهو.
Sorry, I can't see you. Number 3.
Oh,
Read it.
the money was stolen.
Active or passive?
Passive.
Passive, thank you. Okay, Haneen, can you answer in the chat room? Number 6. Number 6. You will answer number 6 in the chat room. Okay, Hannah, number 4.
Miss number 4 or 5?
No, 4.
They are paid on Fridays. It will be passive.
Passive, thank you. Hassan. Hassan Ashraf.
Passive.
Read the sentence.
The movie is being made in Hollywood.
Do we have the doer of the action here?
No.
We don't have the doer. This means that we don't have the object in the sentence. طيب, Haneen, your answer? Haneen, yes, I washed my car 3 weeks ago. It's active, thank you, excellent. Okay, number 7, Mahmoud Isam.
His hair was cut by a professional. Passive.
Passive. Do we have the doer?
Yes.
Who is he?
A professional.
Can I change it into active?
Yes. A professional cut his hair.
Yes, a professional cut his hair. Excellent. Muhammad Itribi, are you there? Muhammad Itribi.
Miss, I want to answer.
Okay, Muhammad Itribi first. طيب, Noor Hisham, number 8.
Yes, I will introduce you to my boss this week. Active?
Yes, sure. Because I have where is the door? Is the door is the subject? The one who did the action is the subject? Yes. I'm the door and the subject at the same time. Thank you, Noor. Wamid, Omar Ashraf. Omar Ashraf. I did the second time to call your name, you didn't answer. Omar Ashraf. Wamid. The second time, yeah, Wamid, but you didn't answer. Yuanna, number 9.
It would have been fixed at the weekend. It will be passive.
Yes, excellent. It would have been fixed at the weekend. Do I have the doer here? The one who did the action is mentioned in this sentence?
Sorry. No.
No, it's not mentioned. Excellent. It's not mentioned. Zainab, if you can answer in the chat room, it's okay. I will read it. When I finish reading, you're supposed to write the answer. The national anthem is being sung by Jason this time. Active or passive? Zainab, active or passive? Zainab not here. طب Yasin, if you want to answer. Yasin.
Yes, miss.
Active or passive?
Active.
I kill you.
Yes, I can see well because of the message.
Just can read it, best read it. Who is the door in this sentence? Who's the door?
Jason.
Who's Jason? Thank you. And Jason in this sentence is the subject or the object?
Object.
So it is still your answer is active.
No, it's passive. It's passive. Yes, I didn't see Jason because there was a
Let me
message.
check here. Thank you. You got 100%. Yes, excellent. Okay. Right. Before I go, any questions? Any question related to this lesson or any other thing?
No.
All of you?
Easy.
Yes, I have a question.
Easy
This is-
because you are still choosing between active and passive. Next time I will ask you the same question and get the different answer. Next time you are supposed to change the tense from passive to active regarding the tense. So let this word the answer to Stay till the next time.
Mrs. the next session German only. Like if I'm French, I don't join.
Well, I don't know how. It's supposed to be one for German, one for French. I don't know. This is what.
G
Is it
only
right
and then
now? Is it right now? Today?
German is today and French is tomorrow.
I don't know. You can check with Miss Iman. Do you have the session right now?
Yes.
Okay, type run to your session. Thank you.